And we are back. 5 players. The exciting return of Orethi. Welcome back. All right. So let's talk about downtimes. So in the downtimes, DJ, you've been exploring the wilds. So I want you to pick a zone. So I think you can see the overmap, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So I want you to pick a zone. This is the ocean zone. This is the forest
Right.
zone. And then this is the plains zone. Imagine them as different areas in your favorite MMO, right?
Right.
So I want you to pick one of them to explore, and I'll give you some info on what's going down there.
Um, do I like so I remember last session
Mhm.
we like over here there's like that monster and the like
Oh,
the orc said that like do I know that?
yeah.
Does my character know
Mhm.
that?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna choose planes then.
All right, plains. Yeah. So basically, what you know is down here there is a settlement called Sparrow's Crest. It has a mist that sort of protects monsters from going in and out, so they're safe. Here, this house is where the demon Banad lives. So he's probably you guys have probably crossed paths. He does weird like normal things in that house. Like you'll see him and he'll have like a straw hat. And he'll be like gardening and he'll wave at you like you're his neighbor. Like that's the kind of shit that he does. Um, where
Sus-
you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I said suspicious.
Oh yes,
Not that I
Yeah.
know, but
very
like,
sus.
Weirdly
Very
normal.
sus. So then right near it, this is where you kind of sent your battalion. There's a hole that goes down into a set of caves that you guys have cleared out. There used to be an illithid, not really an illithid, but Duragar. So some like dark elves. It's like the dwarf equivalent of those.
Okay.
And they had an elder brain. And out from that hole, the orcs kind of said that there's deep in that hole, there's sort of like a mother of monsters or something, and monsters are just coming out of it. Um, and what you can verify is that you think that the 10% of the defenses of Gathol that you sent to protect this place and to hold off these monsters is like enough to hold them off for a while. Like you think that basically like that was a very good number that was chosen, and
Okay.
keeping an eye on how the level of that is would be a good idea in the future.
Okay.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So Susie, you were working on taking care of Badger. So this is I'm gonna me and Jeff have been sort of talking about what lycanthropy. Okay, starting over. What lycanthropy means to you, and what we've come up with is a mechanism in which Jeff out of character knows that if his character Badger takes or deals, and Badger probably knows as well, if he takes or deals too much damage in a round, then he will become a werewolf, and I will start controlling his character to attack and mercilessly bite whatever is around him. Could be players, could be enemies, basically whatever is happening. The number is a secret that I know, but Jeff understands. Like basically, like this is sort of how we communicated a consequence to like not dying. You know what I mean? Susie has been working with Jeff in their Badger, while he was captured and things, and has developed a system which we'll reveal later to basically allow him to come out of his rage. Basically, make a saving throw, an extra, that he wouldn't normally be able to get to be able to control himself. So you can do that as many times per day as you'd like, Susie, and that's going to be a it's going to be an action to do it. So if it happens in combat, you're going to need to take your action to do it. And you can flavor it however you'd like. I'm sure we'll have fun with it. But
Do I have to be in touch distance or hearing distance?
nope, hearing distance. So as long as he can hear you. All right, cool. All right, what was?
And Badger's just been healing to full and trying not to be raging all the time. So he's like got things under control for now.
Yeah. So Badger hasn't had any downtime actions because he's a werewolf.
Yeah. also think he doesn't really have a sense of what's going to trigger rage, so
Okay.
I don't know. He's not walking on eggshells about it.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can make that decision for sure.
At least until it happens once.
All right.
Then things might change.
So, Duroc, you've been working on connecting the three societies, basically the Gathol, Sparrow's Crest, and the Shifter Society, and you've been sort of focusing on roads. And I think what might be fun is Arethi was sort of put on autopilot, and then what she was doing on downtime was like finished up super fast, and then so she's been gone for a long time. And I don't like the idea of allowing people's like the decision they made to just be like to not happen. So I think what I was going to have you do is kind of take a while, and then it would give you guys extra supplies, like sort of because it's infrastructure of Gathol, Greater Gathol, right? Which is what Arethi wants to work on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it be that the roads and the infrastructure are all clean and done, and Arethi's been working on it. You helped her finish it up. And that's going to give you basically it's like the equivalent of building like a whole other magical lumber mill. So it's going to be an extra 5 supplies per week. So it's real good.
Sweet.
Yay, magical infrastructure.
Yeah, awesome. So that
Wizard engineering.
so that is all of the downtimes. So what I'd like you to I've added some stuff to our handouts here. If you guys would like to take a look at any items for sale or any potions, now is going to be the time. If you're all set, then we're going to move to the next thing.
We're not all set. There's
I don't even
something
remember.
that has to happen before we adventure, and I believe I'm just gonna be Susie's voice here. If you don't have 2 healing potions before we leave this town, she's not healing you. Let's go.
I have 1 healing potion and no money.
Okay, here's a healing potion.
Just making sure everybody has them before we leave. The other thing
Let
we need
me-
to make sure is silver or magic weapon or spells.
Oh.
Got spells.
Oh, and Badger's sword is a mimic.
Yeah. Badger's sword is now a mimic.
Just, it's a perfectly normal sword, but
Hold on, I want to. Oh, I have inspiration. Apparently, I don't remember when I got that, but I have that. Do
It's
I have money?
probably for doing something really awesome, which you're prone to do.
Oh, I do have money. Can I buy a healing potion?
They're 30 gold apiece now.
Okay, cool. I will.
Take my
I will
healing
purchase
potion
1.
back.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I couldn't find where I wrote it down.
Yeah, so healing potions are just always useful, and it's a good to
What?
just have 2 always.
I'm down.
I added 1 new trinket and 1 new scroll. If you guys want to see that, the
Okay.
trinket's pretty cool, and so is the scroll.
Yeah, I wish I could afford things, but I bought my friend some silver knuckles and he died, so
He's still around.
I'm kidding. It's fine.
Ooh, life charm.
Yeah, that's the new one.
That's
Yeah, I bought a
really-
potion, Jason.
Cool. All right, and DJ, you don't need a magical item, a magical weapon, unless you, like, you'll have to use your Horizon
Planar
ability
ability, yeah.
every turn,
Yeah.
but you're fine other than that.
Actually,
Everyone else, I know Badger has magic
Yeah, that-
weapons. Garethi's a wizard. Anyone else? You
Can I
guys all
get
set?
silver arrows?
Yeah. Why don't we say? Why don't we say silver arrows are 50 gold?
I don't. How many arrows do I get?
Infinite. Like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna have you track arrows,
Thank
but
you.
it's gonna be pretty expensive. So that's sort of the offset, right? Like you're just like,
Yeah, that's fine.
okay,
Can I buy the life charm?
Yep.
Cool.
you went from having no money to having a lot of money very
I know,
fast.
like
I
How
couldn't
did you have
find where
so
I had
much
put
money?
it down because I hadn't written it in this stupid book because it doesn't have a good slot for it, but it is written in my digital copy, and I don't have anything else. I have literally no magic items except for the cloak, the warlock armor.
Mhm.
So I feel like I had been saving up for stuff, and then I just like have stopped caring, and I'm gonna instead spend all of my money.
It's all
no
good.
reason.
You saying that book I bought you is stupid didn't hurt at all.
It's not stupid. It's just like it doesn't have a gold slot where I expect the gold slot to be, because there's nothing else that I track on that page. So it'd just
Got
be one
stickers.
number.
Make them happen.
Thanks.
I'm sitting next to my sticker maker. I will do it. All right, so I'm buying the life charm.
I love it. I love it.
Have a
Hey,
magical
Susie.
weapon.
Hey, Susie.
What's up?
I don't have a healing potion. I could use that one.
Okay. I have no money now.
I can buy you a healing potion.
I just need one because I can also heal
It's
myself.
totally
already.
fine.
You just
He
need
pays
the
me
one healing
back.
potion.
96 gold. Let's go.
Ooh,
All
let's
right.
put this life
Very cool.
charm.
All right, we're getting a little bit of wind from someone, so I'm gonna take a look out, see who's getting me wind. All right,
Could have been me. It's always me.
cool.
Me.
All right, so we're gonna dig in here. All right, so where we're gonna start is we're gonna start off with a little bit of a mini game here. Everyone's favorite D&D mini games. All right, so here's how the game is gonna work. So you guys go through the portal. You go through the sort of treacherous, treacherous path to the arena town. So for that, everyone takes one fatigue. That's just how it is. Such a strenuous journey. Everyone gets one level of fatigue right off the top. You arrive in arena town, and it is nighttime. And when I mention nighttime, I want to bring something up. Last session, one of the characters, Zalzu, decided to hurt Pelor and help Salune. Since then, the days have become shorter. So like the the daytime, basically he hurt the sun and helped the moon. So basically you guys, like, since that day, you think there's like been like maybe an hour or two less of daylight per day, and like, so that means more like an hour and a half more nighttime. And the more associated, so Susie primarily, you can feel like when the moon is out now, like you feel like more like your goddess is closer to you. You know what I mean? Like she has been empowered, and since you are a voice for her, basically, you feel that intrinsically. So you guys arrive at night, and there are, like, this place is like devastated. There's like buildings that are on fire. There are people screaming, all these things. So this is how we're gonna run the scene. So I, as the DM, am going to split the party, and what that means, whenever a DM does this, I'm looking at directly at the camera. This is to the viewers. Whenever a DM splits the party forcefully, they're going to be okay. Do not kill them when you do this. It's super important. So the way it's going to work is each of you are going to choose a place. So if you look in your handouts, there is a handout called Arena Town, which will give you the 5 locations that people have sort of talked about. I gave you a brief description of what they are. So each of you are going to sort of collaborate and choose a place that you go check out. And then this scene will basically take place as you guys are like, okay, we're going to break up, we're going to go check it out, and then we're going to come back and meet after that. So you guys are going to be describing the place, what you found, what happened to the place that you went to the rest of the party. What the other party members are going to do is give a rating of 0 to 3. 3 being the worst. And you're not going to be able to talk about these numbers. You're just going to submit the numbers into the chat. 3 being the worst, like bad stuff happened there. 0 being everything's fine, intact. Now, the higher the number, after this, we're going to do a combat. The higher number that you guys submit, the highest, like we're going to total them all up, or I am. And the higher the number is at the end, the easier that fight will be. So the more chaos you cause here in the town, the easier the next fight will be. And then what I'm going to have you do is each of you are going to keep your own total. So if you submit 3, 3, 3 every time, you're going to keep your own total. And depending on the order, so whoever has the most chaos caused or the least chaos caused, there's going to be stuff that happens to your character based on that. I know I said a lot of things there. Any questions?
Can I not go first?
Absolutely. Definitely.
So quick, I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
You said we see that the town is like on fire, lots of chaos.
Mhm.
Like, is this an assumption like the werewolves have attacked the town, or do we
Yeah.
not know?
Yeah, the werewolves have already attacked the town and left. So basically, what you're going to be describing is like, I went to this place. This is what I saw. This is what I imagine happened. Like, sort of like that sort of thing.
And then we rate it based on that, based
Yeah.
on the person's.
Based on
description of
everyone
it. Okay.
else's rating. Yeah. All right. So, let's collaborate to decide who goes where. Who wants to
I'm
go
going to the House of Salune. I'm sorry, I'm not giving anyone else a choice.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm shocked.
All right.
And I have a question. Actually, I can ask this later. Continue.
Who wants to go to Jamblo and the Fighters Guild? All right, Badger's going to go there. Who's going to the Guilty Cow, the bar, the milk bar? All right.
For sure.
Who's going to go see the Runt and the merchants of the city?
I'll go.
Okay. And so that means, Cell, you are going to go to the Hunters and Gatherers.
Yeah.
One thing to keep in mind about them is they
Yeah.
do not speak common. So you...
It's gonna be good.
I
oh
would
yeah.
have been so useful there, but I've instead decided to go somewhere completely fucking different.
Yeah, awesome. It's gonna be great. Okay, so who is volunteering to go first? I would say, why don't we let Cell and Arethi not go first? Because Cell is new and Arethi requested it. So one of you three gotta either roll off or make a decision.
I'll go first.
I can. Okay.
All right, Jurex is gonna go first. So now, the other 4 players, I want you to come up with a number in your head. 0 being no chaos, 3 being the most chaos that happened in this place, and then submit it into the chat. Just write in a number.
Oh, like we're not judging them. I thought we were judging them.
So you guys are submitting how bad it is, and the person who goes there gets to sort of lay the scene
Oh.
based on your numbers.
I get it now.
Oh.
And this
I
is
feel a lot
this is-
better.
Whose area are we in
This
now?
is the Guilty Cow. Where
Yeah.
Duroc
So
is going.
the Guilty Cow is a bar that was once a barn, and it uses the milk of the cows to make sort of this like mother's milk drink. You know, it's sort of like that milk stout. But
Gotcha.
they're really invested in their cows. Like that's sort of their entertainment.
Hold on, the innkeeper is I get the name of this person.
Yeah, we
His
haven't
name-
named them.
He's got a nickname called Haymaker, and it's not for the punch. It's because he has cows and he raises.
I like it. All right, so should we put number now?
Put the number in the chat.
Oh wow.
All right.
Everybody
Everyone's
loves this
2.
place.
On the
So-
same page.
Okay.
All right.
Shockingly average.
All right.
All right. So Duroc is running off to his favorite place here in Arena Town, which is the bar, as not the arena. And when he gets there, he sees that an entire wall of the barn is completely gone. And so it's not from fire. It looks like it was shattered open from the inside. And so he goes in there, looking around. He finds Haymaker. Haymaker is just kind of like sitting on a bucket. His head is in his hands, and he's weeping. All of his cows are gone. And Duroc goes up to him and he says, "Well, what the hell happened here?" And he says that when the werewolves attacked the town, that they came into the bar because one of the werewolves remembered from his previous life that he hated Haymaker, and he hated this milk like with a passion. But as soon as they entered the bar, those cows, they turned and they stampeded right out of the fucking place and trampled all these werewolves out of the way, and it blew open the side of the barn. But now his cows are missing, and he's worried for them. We need to go find his prize cows.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. All right. Cool. So, all right. Who wants to go next? Em, if you were talking, then you were muted.
Who did?
You going next?
I'm going next.
All right. How bad do you want it to be for Salune and the house?
I think it should be pretty bad, guys. It's the
Yeah, right.
complete opposite god. I'm ready. I'm ready to cry a lot.
All right, you're ready.
Oh, you got some people that are
But
nice.
the moon is strong.
Yeah, why are you guys so nice?
I
So
mean, it
that, like,
averages out the same.
Yeah, it averages out the same.
All right, and make sure you guys each keep your individual totals for me.
Oh yeah, math.
Oh, I have to do one too.
Nope.
By
Right? Or
individual
no?
total, you mean what I vote for other people?
Yeah, what you vote for other people. You don't need to
Yeah.
do one, Susie, for yours. You need to do one for everyone else's.
Good.
All right, so yeah, yours again is sort of an average bad.
high.
Yeah.
So I run in to the house of Salune. There's everything's, ripped from the walls. Any moons are destroyed. And there's a few bodies that I don't recognize. And I hear some moaning and some crying from a corner. And it is Logoreth, or I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong, but she's the head priestess.
Mhm.
And she is very severely wounded. But I am able to stabilize her. Like, there's, guts and things hanging out of her, but I don't see any big bites.
Mm.
Just lots of scratches and, tears. And then once I'm able to stabilize her, she confirms that she was not bitten, that she was able to use the goddess to protect her.
Okay. So, question for you. So,
Mhm.
did you have to use any healing magics to stabilize her, or just?
I could have just stabilized her with just a little level 0 spell, right? Hold on.
Sure. If you think that's enough.
I can heal her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll heal her. I think it's fair. So I'll have one less first level spell. So a cure wounds. You want me to do it now?
Yeah, sure. It's up to you. And you said that she told you that she hadn't been bitten, right?
Yep.
You want to make an empathy check for me?
Good.
Insight.
Thank you. Oh, I am good at this. Oh, not right now. It's above a 10, right?
You believe her.
Okay. Yeah, she tells me she wasn't bitten.
Yeah, no reason to doubt her.
Excellent. All right. Anything else you want to that has happened, or are you all set? M.
I'm all set.
All right. Cool.
Sorry, I said things.
all
but
right.
You guys aren't hearing me.
Who wants to go next? Badger. All right. All right. So everyone, punch in a number.
Where's it that Badger had gone to again?
He
The
went
Fighters
to
Guild?
the Fighters Guild. Imagine like
Fighters Guild at the arena.
Imagine like one of those like boxing, those like like you see them in the movies, like it's like a boxing training gym that also serves as like where they set up fights and sort of like a gambling ring, all that stuff. Ooh, this place got off
Wow.
easy.
Real untouched. I was ready for it to be real bad.
This place can defend itself, you know.
Go ahead.
So Badger rushes over there because he was gonna do that anyways because he probably missed a fight he was scheduled for while he was out recovering. But he gets there and it's just like it is a mess. It's attacked, but there was a battle. Luckily, this is where everyone was armed. So all the arena fighters who were used to their rivalries and fighting each other and whatever, they armed up, they stood together and they put up a fight to defend at least this particular corner of town. And they weren't without casualties. I don't know. There was a pair of wrestlers that were like their thing was like twins. Sorry, arena combatants, gladiators who were like twins or something. They got nommed on pretty good.
Hmm.
But they went down like defending each other like back to back. It was glorious.
Nice.
But people are battered and bruised, but they survived. They fought some off.
Okay. What's like so there's like one of the fighters, right? Who like he's trying to tell you when you get there, he's trying to tell you like some kind of big fish story. Like the werewolf was this big. give me like some of that excerpt of his tale.
Like, I think this is gonna be the manager Sneezy. Actually, he loves telling these stories. It's like, the big alpha werewolf was here. He was like 12 feet tall. He had like claws on his claws. It was crazy. He grew an extra set of arms. But then we chopped one of them off, and then it grew back.
Awesome. All right.
Then I shanked him.
Just like the littlest knife. All right.
Oh yeah,
Reefy.
yes.
Sure,
Sneezy was
I
like
can go.
the little sneaky fighter too. So.
Oh, I like sneaky. I relate.
All right, Arethi. So you're in charge of Runt and the other merchants. Like, these are just the merchants that would be useful in an arena town. All right, everyone, give me those numbers. 1 Duroc.
Yeah, go Badger, go.
Another 8. So pretty bad, but not as bad as it could have been.
Seems like decently terrible.
Yeah, everyone's super nice right now, and then they're, in about an hour, they're gonna really think back to this moment.
I mean, it seems like it's over.
Oh, I think we lost you, Paige.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're back.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
just froze for a sec.
It's on the like mostly the awful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. I will say that and as they went, like they started like destroy.
Dang,
Had
Paige, we're losing you a little bit. Sorry. Could you maybe
don't
leave
know
Discord and
why.
rejoin or something? Maybe.
Yeah. Hold on.
Well, Roll20 video is freezing too, so.
Yeah, I think might be the internet, but we'll see.
How is this? Is this better?
Yeah, a little bit. It's getting there.
It's weird. I don't know if any reason it would be different now. Ooh. Should I go?
All right, why don't we jump over to Cell? I don't
I'm
know.
gonna restart Discord in the meantime.
All right, cool. Jump over to Cell. All right. Can you pop a number in there, Arethi, at least for Cell?
Already gone. Oh yeah.
Hey, the only way you learn, new guy.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
All right.
Gatherers, like
We're still waiting on Arethi.
Don't even speak common. How can I even talk to each other?
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
All right. So that's
We average out.
3, 6, 7, 8. Another 8.
Another 8. Okay. Yeah, so Cell walks over to these like they're just like super foreign, like even like someone that's traveled like different planes and stuff as like they like I've never seen these types of people before. They're kind of like tore up pretty bad. Most of their supplies are taken. Um you can tell that these guys probably like haven't seen werewolves before, like and they had no idea what they were really coming to. They're like, what is happening here? Uh and Cell like has no way to talk to them. So he's like he goes over and tries to talk to them. He's like, "Hey, can I help you guys?" And they like all kind of just like turn and look at him with like these big eyes, and they're like just like kind of like gesture, like you know what I mean, like shrug their shoulders and like hands are up in the air, like can I help you, kind of. And Cell gets the feeling that like him being there is kind of causing a little bit of like discomfort for them, and um, he notices that like their bows are broken and a lot of them are tore up, but not really. There's not many dead, but many injured among them. Many wounded, but probably unable to fight if anything came to it again.
Okay. I like the idea of like these are foreign even to someone who travels planes. So that means they're from some weird plane. So I want you to describe these people,
Okay.
but they're aliens.
They're
Go.
aliens. Like, yeah, okay.
These guys seem like they're just straight up aliens now.
Yeah, so I want you to just picture like they're just green, right? They're green. Your typical Martian type alien, right? I just want it to be like, they're green. They got these big eyes, like 2 antennas on top of their heads that would serve as like ear type things, like just like these not big, but like above average size green aliens in like cloth type like clothing.
I love it, and I don't even know if you know, but we have a person in the party who is just straight green.
Yeah.
And I love it. All right, let me just write that down so we can make sure to bring that up next time Andrew plays.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Andrew, we found your people.
All right, Aretha, how's your internet doing?
Seems much better.
Sweet.
Also, I did the math and mine averages almost 3. It's 2.75. So I'm just going with it's terrible.
Okay.
It's just rubbish and awful. So in my mind, one of the stands at this sort of like market area for the arena has like a place where you'd buy like herbs and stuff that you would use to make like non-magical healing salves, except one of it is like one of the things they sell is like anti-catnip for werewolves. So it just like
So Wolfsbane.
made, I guess so, but it doesn't like rather than like hurting them, like I feel like it gave them the werewolf zoomies.
Oh.
There's just total werewolf related devastation. Like stands have been burned down or destroyed. Shops that maybe could have contained silver, not sure, were just tossed completely upside down and like knocked over, and like things are on fire because like emboldened by this herbal energy, they just turned their rage towards like everything that was around them. And so lots of stuff destruction, possibly a couple like life-threatening injuries, which I can't do anything to help with really as Aretha, but she'll just run around like testing out her new warlock stuff by like whapping people with her bird wing and like stabilizing them with new like stabilization spell. It's not going to help with the werewolf stuff, but she doesn't know how that works anyway, so she's just like, oh god, there's so much blood.
All right.
It's terrible.
I want you to describe Runt's specific blacksmithery. Like, this place did not have any good weapons beforehand, but what does it look like now after it's been like ransacked?
I have this image of like, imagine the camera pans to like a single horseshoe being knocked off of like like one of the anvils and just like clattering to the ground in this really slow way while there's like screaming in the background and then just like, you know, runt collapsing like bleeding in front of the camera. Like that's my image.
Nice, nice. I totally forgot to ask DJ this question, so I'm gonna kind of backtrack a little bit. DJ, you said that the aliens were attacked, or the hunters and gatherers
Yeah.
were attacked, and you didn't really notice. But how many of them were bitten that you did not notice?
Were bitten that I did not notice.
Yeah.
That's a good question because if I didn't notice them, I don't know how
Yep.
many that would be.
Yeah. That's
how
sort
big
of.
was, how big was the group when I went up to it? Like, can I assume that? Is that something I would know, or like, is that something I kind of make up?
You can make it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll say they were probably like a group of like 14 people.
People.
And yeah, aliens. Honestly, at this point, just Martians. And let's go with like 4 were bit.
Okay. All right. Excellent. All right. Okay. So back to Aretha. I had one more follow-up question for you. So I want you. So in this town, there was actually kind of like a pretty famous confidence man. You know, tricking people. He goes up and down the Amber Road.
Like a charlatan.
Yeah, like con man, you know, just sort of that sort of feel to it, you know. And
Is he known at like do people know he's a con man?
I mean, you know, it's you know, at this point maybe. I mean, your group definitely knows he's a con man because he sold Zalzu some magic beans.
Gotcha,
Like or you know, they were particularly magical Warforged bolts, but they were definitely magic beans. So, what evidence or what do you find this guy? You know, like what's maybe you find him, maybe you find something of him. You know, what do you got?
I think I find 2 different diplomas, both listed under the same name, with inherently contradictory claims. Like, this is this guy's doctorate of arcana, and this is his doctorate of religion, despite the fact that neither of those make sense to have, and you probably wouldn't have both. Does that work?
That's perfect. I love it. All right, cool. So now I would like. Okay, so Arethi, what was your total, Arethi?
6.
6 total. All right.
Yep. So I guess dead in the middle.
Badger, what's your total?
7.
Duroc.
7.
Susie.
8.
And Sel, what was your total?
8.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Brave. We're so brave.
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
All right. So let me take a look at my sheet here. Okay.
I don't
So the
The
people.
sheet labeled consequence.
Yeah, the sheet
Yeah.
label consequences. So, during the fight, so you guys kind of all gather up, and you hear howling. So we're gonna chase after these werewolves and try and see if we can stop them. So at the start of the fight, the people with the most chaos caused are going to start in terrible positions. So that is Susie and Cell, since you tied for 8.
I get like is for being so bad, you know?
All right, the people with the least amount of chaos, which is Orethi, you lose your downtime action in this game, so you're not gonna be able to pick a downtime action at the end of the game. So that's your consequence. The people in the middle, which were tied. I was expecting only one person to be in the middle, but you guys tied. So this is what happens. You two kind of meet up aside, like you guys kind of find your way into a house without the other 3 there. And you kind of lock eyes with each other. And then you find just like a pile of 100 gold. Unattended. What would you like to do?
Where exactly are we when we find this gold?
Why don't we say you're just in a random house? Like it's pretty nondescript. Like you thought, like maybe it was like on the outside, you thought it was sort of like a quaint home, and you were like, oh, maybe there's people in here, and you rushed in to save them, and then you literally just find like a house, and then like there's like a trap door underneath, like sort of a rug, and then you just open it up, and there's just like a pile of 100 gold.
All right.
Well,
where are-
Badger's definitely like, I'm gonna check and make sure that these very rich-looking people in this house are safe. Totally, that's definitely why I'm here.
yeah, I mean, it's me and Badger, right?
Yeah, it's just you and Badger.
I'm like, Badger, I think that's just a little split right here. We just take this. You take.
I mean, I owe Susie money, so I don't want to make her any more mad.
Well, I was gonna use it to pay her back, but anyway.
I'm not
So really, just Susie's getting 100 gold.
I'm
Yep,
not
yep.
here, guys.
We're gonna steal it to pay our Susie debts.
I owe her 55 gold because of this healing potion.
That's great. That's great. And
Yeah, I owe her like 100, so yeah.
I mean,
Now-
I'll check downstairs. You check upstairs. Make sure these guys are okay. And they paid us for this.
now I want to hear the pact you guys make to never talk about this again. Like the origin of this gold.
All right, so we gotta spend it like we just throw a couple extra gold in every time we pay her back. Like, we can't just give it all at once because like then she'll start asking us moral questions.
Yep. Spread it out. Okay, makes sense.
Right,
Gotcha.
right. Big wink.
All right, awesome. And what we're gonna do is when you wink, then we're just gonna cut to black on that wink and take our break.
Okay.